welcome back. I'm Kara, if we haven't met yet. I'm a licensed nail tech and a certified educator, and today I'm going to show you how I'm doing my own nails. I'm using a lot of new products with this manicure too, so I thought it'd be fun to try them out, see how everything works, and then talk about it too. I'm currently removing my Valentine's Day manicure right here, and I did a video on that manicure too if you're interested in seeing how I did that and these new polishes that I used. I love them. Okay, let's talk about the first new product of this video. So this is a new carbide bit that I'm using for the 3 balance. It's a tapered safety bit from Erica's, and I really liked the shape because it's a lot more narrow than the normal bit that I usually use here on the right. And I thought that the shape would be really useful for getting like hard to reach areas and also on people that just have smaller nails because it's just a much more narrow bit. I've used it a bunch of times during this video, but I do feel like the smaller size makes the bit get like clogged a little bit more than the normal barrel bit that I'm used to. And I don't know if that's just a me thing, but I've just noticed that it doesn't work quite as quickly, but at the same time the shape is nice, so it's kind of like a trade-off. That bit did a lot of the work with debulking this manicure, so it took off my top coat, and then I actually had a clear builder gel overlay and then the color, and then also another builder gel overlay, so basically 2 overlays on there, so there's a lot of layers, a lot to take off, and it got through most of it. And then now I'm switching to my sanding band, and this I'm just using to take off any pieces of gel that I missed that were just like hard to reach. And if you can't tell, I'm actually doing this on my dominant hand, so I'm using my non-dominant hand to do the work, and it's always a little bit awkward to use the e-file on your dominant hand, so that's why I love the sanding band, because it doesn't move quite as fast and it's not quite as sharp, so you can just like get those harder to reach areas without any worry that you're gonna like cause yourself harm. So I just removed the lifted gel and then smoothed out the remaining thin layer of gel to just make it even and uniform across my nail, and then now I'm ready to move on to cuticles. I always like to push back the skin around the cuticle area and the side walls just to start lifting up any cuticle. It also can get rid of any like tricky, hard to see lifted gel, but the main point is that it's lifting up the skin so that my flame bit that I'm using next can just safely go underneath and I don't over process my skin. Now it's time for the flame bit, and I'm using this medium grit precision flame from Erica's. And this is kind of a delicate balance between lifting up the skin and also gently touching the nail so that it exfoliates it but doesn't dig too much into it and damage it. For me, I find that less is more because I can always go back in with an orange wood stick or the cuticle pusher to get anything that I might have missed, because then I'm not running the risk of like damaging my skin or nails, which is never fun. So one of the main jobs of this bit is to lift up the skin around the cuticle area, and it's nice and dry and crusty, so now I can use my nipper to just clip it right off. I felt like I didn't even really have that much dry skin to clip off, so it's not quite as satisfying as it usually is, but it always just looks so much better once that's lifted up and then just fully removed. My nails are really long right now, and the product that I had on before that I just removed was the Kinetics Fiber Base Builder Gel, which is a softer builder gel. It still gives your nails a lot of strength, but I felt like the length of my nails required something a little bit harder. Also, I'm doing like a full manicure with color gel, which I do that pretty often, but I just knew that it would be a bunch of layers, so I just wanted to be able to like cut out one step. So I'm using a 2-in-1 builder base gel, and this is the Cocoa's Platinum Filler Base, which is one of my favorite builder gels ever. I just think it self-levels so nicely. It's almost like a honey consistency, and like I said, it's a 2-in-1, so it has a base built in, which means that you can just apply it directly to the prepped nails. I like to wipe a lot of the product off of the brush when I'm doing my slip layer so that I can just get the polish as close to my skin as possible without flooding or touching the skin, and then I leave that wet and I drag a larger bead through to build the overlay. I think this product is so great if you have stronger to like medium strong nails. It's a little harder than Nail Thoughts products, so if your nails are longer like mine are, I feel like the strength is really, really great. Okay, second new product of the video is this lamp that I'm using. It has this little room on the top where you can flash cure or put like your thumb in it, and it's so comfortable for the thumb too. Also, you can see I put my finger in and then took it out and then put it back in because this builder gel has a heat spike and it's not super comfortable. So whenever that happens, I put my hand in the lamp, take it out immediately when I feel the heat spike, and wait until it goes away, and then I start the cure back over, and then it should be totally fine. Okay, builder base gel is fully applied, and now we can move on to colors, and today I'm going to use this new Nail Thoughts Celebration Color Gel collection. Third new product of the video. It's such a fun collection. It has 12 really fun, bright, and glittery shades, and I thought it would be fun to use all of the colors together in one manicure, so I kind of mapped out the colors that I liked together. One of my favorite things about this collection is I feel like it's just so cohesive. Like there are so many options of which colors look good together. You could see when I was mapping them out that there were like multiple colors that I thought would look good. And I just love when you get a collection that kind of does the brain work for you and like you don't even have to really think and it just looks good. You know what I mean? When you get a collection where you're kind of like, how is this a collection? Like how is this cohesive? And it doesn't really make very much sense. Or the colors like coordinate so well together that they're just so close to each other, and if you use them at the same time they wouldn't even look different. We don't have to worry about that with this collection though. It doesn't do that. It's perfect. So I'm carrying my thumb there. You can see how comfortable that looks. And that first color was called Matsuri, which actually the origin of that color is that Katie got her nails done in Japan and the nail artist used that color. It was like a special edition cocoa color, and she loved it so much that she decided to bring it to us in America and bottle it under the Nail Thoughts brand. And I think that's one of my favorite colors of the collection. I just think it's so bright and fun and pink is my favorite. This color is called Extra Sprinkles, and as you can see, it's like a milky lavender purple with sequins in it, like chunky sequins, but they're like matte sequins. They're like shiny but not sparkly or reflective. They're really unique. And this one also kind of has similar sequins and sort of that like similar milky blue base. This one's called Goodie Bag, and the difference between this and the other one is that this actually does have some reflective sparkles in it too, so it's a little bit of a mix. Also, my philosophy with painting these, since the sparkles are just so chunky and a little bit sparse at times, is to almost paint it like a slip layer, like an overlay, and then kind of go back in with a really light hand, like you can see what I'm doing now, and just dab the sparkles onto the nail wherever it needs more. Even though I'm doing a really thin layer, it still kind of levels out and it doesn't look like bumpy or anything because the gel just really like spreads and levels in a nice way. I also did 2 coats with each of these colors, so it's okay if the sparkles aren't like completely all over the nail and perfectly distributed because I can just add more on the second layer too. Another hack is just to use an orange wood stick and move the sparkles where you want them to be, and then like I said, the gel will just level back out. I just like did not like that one that was right by my skin, so I moved it around and then I was happy with it, so I cured it. And now we're doing Dancing Shoes, which is like the sister to Matsuri but like tennis ball yellow. I'm also so obsessed with this one. I like it so much more than I ever knew that I would like a color like this. I just thought that it's such a fun, bright color, and like if you feel like you would never wear a tennis ball green, I urge you to try this one because it's really unique and beautiful and just like fun in a bottle. And I'm just doing the same thing here, like using a really light hand to like kind of feather those sparkles through after I do my little slip layer. All right, this is the 100th polish in the Nail Thoughts collection. So it's called Cheers to Us, and it's just a classic gold sparkle polish. It's also kind of related to Dancing Shoes and Matsuri because it's just so like holographic and chunky and sparkly and like full coverage sparkles. I feel like this color is really like universal and I'll use it a lot even if I'm not doing like a full coverage gold nail. It'll be really great for art too because there's like little tiny chunks of glitter along with the bigger ones too. Okay, next is It's My Birthday, and this is a milky pink base with those kind of matte sparkles in it. Or I guess I should say they're sequins. They're not really sparkles because they're not like super shiny like the other ones are. I think these are so unique. I have not seen very many polishes with sequins in it where they're kind of like matte but also like so bright, and I just think they're amazing. And following suit we have Ice Cream Sundae, which is a milky white base with those same matte sequins in them. One of my favorite things about these polishes with the milky bases are that when you do the second coat, the milky base goes over the first layer of sequins, obviously, and it's milky but it's still sheer enough that you can still see the sequins, and it almost looks like the sequins are like floating in the milky base, and it's just really a cool effect, and it kind of like mutes them a little bit because of the base, and then you put the second layer over it and it just makes those sequins even more bright. You can kind of see the effect here when I'm doing my second coat with this purple one. It reminds me of those like trendy milk bath like flower nails that were going around Pinterest like probably 10-15 years ago, but this is like the party version of it. I just think it looks amazing. Here's another look at that lamp, and I'm fully carrying my hand here, but I want to show you also what it looks like when you're holding your thumb in the little thumb attic. It's just so comfortable because you have like a little elevation and you don't have to like twist your wrist weirdly. I'm a big fan of it so far. Okay, next new product is this Cocoa's card palette plastic sheet situation. These are like reusable but also disposable if you want nail art palettes. So this box comes with 60 plastic sheets, and the cool thing about this is if you actually cure the gel on the sheet, you can like pop it off and it just slides right off, and then you can reuse it too. Okay, so this collection has 12 colors. 7 of them are glitters and 5 of them are opaques. So my goal was to use all of the glitters on my nails as like the main base color and then use the opaques as the French tip. And I also kind of wanted to mix and match some of the colors so that it wasn't like a perfectly equal uniform manicure on both hands. So that's why I had to kind of come up with a couple of different options for what I thought looked good together. And again, it wasn't very hard because this collection is just like fun and bright and like all the colors look good together, so you really can't go wrong. Okay, this I think is my favorite nail because I love pink and I think that it's just such an amazing fun color combo, and I never do nails like this. I actually sent a photo of these nails after I finished my manicure to my friends and they were like, is that your hand? Like whose nails did you just do? The opaque colors are so bright and pigmented that you can just use a little bit and do a very thin French tip and get a really nice full coverage, fully saturated tip, and you don't have to have like a bulky, weird rounded tip, which I really hate when that happens. Okay, that pink color is called Time to Party, and now we're moving on to this really pretty purple color that I will say is like a little bit less creamy. It's really still full coverage and like bright, but it just has like a little bit more of a like jelly quality to it. And the purple one is called This Is My Song, and then now this blue one is called LA Nights. It's like the perfect Dodger blue, and I think you can also tell with that it's a little bit more jelly, especially compared to this one that I'm painting on right now. There's a lot of white pigment in this one. And that light green is called Candy Coated, and then this yellowy one is called Wait, We Need a Pick, and that's all 5 of the opaque colors. And I also put them on my other hand, but I don't think I filmed that side, so you'll have to wait and see what color combinations I did. For top coat, I'm using Cocoa's Ultra Glossy Non-Wipe, and it's perfect for this situation because even though the French tips on my nails are pretty thin, it's still another layer of paint that I don't have all over my nails, so there's just inevitably going to be a little bit of unevenness. And the Ultra Glossy is perfect for encapsulating any art, and it just flows really nicely, so I can do this little trick where I flip my hand over and it's just going to fill in any areas that need a little bit of extra product, and it just makes the surface totally uniform and smooth, and it's just the best way to end off a manicure. It's so shiny, and it's just my favorite top coat. Also, I cured my palette, so you can see here how the gel literally just pops off, so you can just go around and just pop everything off and then use it for your next manicure too. And the very last thing I'm doing for this manicure, besides putting on cuticle oil, is just gently filing the free edge to make it nice and smooth, because sometimes when you get all that glitter around there, it can just kind of mess up the shape a little bit. Okay, here's both hands together. Here's my right hand reveal. I used different glitters on both hands, and I also tried to mix up what opaques I paired with each glitter. And then I also tried to just make sure that I had like 1 or 2 nails that coordinated with the other hand, so it looked like it kind of went together at the same time. If you made it this far, in the comments, let me know which color is your favorite, and then also which combination is your favorite. My favorites are definitely my thumb and ring finger. I just love that Matsuri with the pink, and then dancing shoes with candy coated. I just think is so cute. I'm gonna have links to everything that I use down below, but if you have any questions too, let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned. I'll be back with another video soon.